Currently, it is trading at 15.37. So as of now, still there are no signs of any meaningful recovery coming in. I'll suggest him to take a closing stop at 1480 and hold on to the position, because that's the last point. And if that is taken out, stock will even fall below 1400 and even head towards 1200 odd levels. So no points holding till that. 1480 is the stop loss he should maintain.
Well, got the view, Gaurav, and welcome to the show. We have another query now coming in from Gautam from USA. He is a regular viewer. So he's asking a query. He can only buy one auto stock right now. I don't know why that is the case, because it's a very good bullish indication that we have on the index. Tata Motors, CV or Hyundai, what's the long-term outlook is what he's asking for the next 12 to 18 months. Astha, let me come to you on this one. While not directly related, both those stocks were in focus over the last 1 year. Would you recommend buying into either one of them right now?
So I would recommend Hyundai as of now. And in fact, if anyone wants to go in any other space, then Maruti is also looking good to us, along with Eicher Motors and Ashok Leyland. These are few auto counters which we are finding very, very attractive. Now, talking about, between these two, Hyundai is looking better to us. First of all, a healthy Q2 results which this company has posted. And GST rationalization will definitely help all these auto companies. So this is going to be the key beneficiary of that. And we all know that going ahead also management is quite positive, because they are giving some strong guidance in which they will maintain double-digit margins. So I think these kind of guidance when management give, definitely it creates a confidence in the company. So between these two, I think Hyundai is a stock which I would like to go with. But I am saying that other stocks like Ashok Leyland, Eicher, Maruti, TVS Motors, all these stocks are also looking good to us.
Thanks so much for that, Astha. But we have another caller now dialing in from Chennai. And Sriram has a stock query for us. Sriram, very good morning and welcome to Ask Profit. What's your query?
Very good morning to you all. My question is on the Geo Financial. I got this as part of the Reliance split, right? I mean, I have been having holdings Reliance stocks for almost a decade. But I got as part of that some more stocks. And I've been looking for that, and it's kind of moving almost flat.
Yeah.
And what is the outlook for the next 3 months? Actually, I have a need for a fund. So I'm just thinking whether should I sell it now and then after 3 months enter it if it's I need some suggestion there.
Got Sriram. Actually, it's a short-term query that you're asking, but let me go across to Astha first on this, because Astha, he got this as part of Reliance Industry Holdings. Would you suggest that it entails for the company to start rearing, since it's building out this business now? What would you recommend Sriram to do?
I would recommend a hold on this counter. So now talking about Geo Financial fundamental, first of all, it is well placed to cater the opportunities which is present in this digital, financial expansion. Secondly, across their verticals like lending, payments, etc. Now the execution has started kicking in, and I believe that this will definitely give a good set of numbers going ahead. So my idea here is maybe it can be a slow performer going ahead, but yes, one can remain invested in this counter. So we are giving a whole recommendation to Geo Financial, and our price target is 325 to 330 at the initial juncture.
Gaurav, to you quickly as well, because Sriram did highlight that he has the use of funds. So if he really does have to sell this counter, is this a good price point given his buying price was 200 rupees per share?
Yes, he is already making a 50% kind of a profit in his this position. Since the position he can hold only for 3 months now. So I think a level close to 310, 320, which Astha has also mentioned, is a good price point to actually book his position.
Okay, so that's both the fundamental and the technical view that we are seeing for Geo Financial Services. But with that, let me move on to the next query. And it's Sanjay who's writing to us from Bangalore. Now, he's holding 100 shares of Rajesh Exports at a price of 227. Wants to understand whether he should continue to hold it for 1 year, considering that he's made a loss on this counter. The stock, if you see the last 1 year period, has also seen about a 19% of a correction. So, Gaurav, let me come to you on this one. What would your view be? What do the charts indicate?
See, Rishi, it has been an underperforming counter from quite some time now, and all the consolidation or recovery attempts have faded out. If you look at it, past performance, maybe the recent past performance, I'm talking about 3 to 6 months, the stock hasn't done anything. It is better to get rid of this stock and look at some other performing counters.
We are seeing for Rajesh Exports, but with that, let me go to the next caller. It's Lakshmikant, who's calling to us from Andhra Pradesh. Hi, Lakshmikant. How can we help you?
Hello. Yeah, my name is Lakshmikant and I'm calling from Kurnool, Andhra Pradesh. I am looking to invest 2 lakh rupees into equity markets. I have currently invested in mutual funds as well, but I have a lump sum amount, so I am looking to invest 2 lakh rupees in equity market. So just wanted to understand which are the best options that I can get into.
Lakshmikant, just want to understand, is it the first time that you're directly making an entry into specific stocks? Is it large caps that you want to focus on? So it is first time that you'll be marking your entry, right?
Yes, I have been into mutual funds until now, so I'm looking to have a fresh entry into the stocks.
Okay, let me go to Astha then. Astha, so it is a fresh portfolio that he wants to build with specific stocks in mind. His overall portfolio size also is 2 lakh that we are looking at. So, there would be scope for diversification as well. What would you recommend for a person who's starting it for the first time?
Yes, so secondary market is looking good along with the primary markets also. In the secondary market, we are believing that start investing not the lump sum amount, but start, investing in the smaller amount. So if you have a 2 lakh rupees, then just invest initially 50,000, then 50,000. So these are the chunks in which one should invest because markets are quite volatile. Secondly, I would like to recommend 2 to 3 stocks where one can have an eye on. First of all, in the banking space, HDFC Bank looking very, very strong to us. The way we are believing that this bank is giving its numbers and especially their margins and ROEs are looking very, very strong as compared to peers. And they always hold a premium. That's why in comparison to their peer. So first of all is the HDFC Bank. Secondly, we are liking L&T a lot. If I talk about L&T, we believe that now from coming quarters, definitely, the order pipeline will get stronger. And that's why the company is looking very positive. Capital goods space is looking very positive. So we are very much positive on the L&T also. So these are few counters. In fact, in the IT space also, we would like to recommend Persistent System. We are finding this stock to be very, very attractive, even from the long-term point of view, and even from these levels. So these are the few counters where one can keep an eye on, but start investing in chunks rather than investing at, one-time lump sum amount. And in fact, the primary markets are looking good to us. So there also, if one can do the minimum application of 15,000, then ICICI Prudential AMC IPO, which is open today, is also looking very good to us. And I believe that this IPO is a very good portfolio, candidate. And in fact, not only for listing in fact, we believe that if counter remains in the portfolio for long term, it will generate very good returns.
Okay, Lakshmikant, I hope that helps to get you clarity on what kind of portfolio that you should be building. But it's time that we slip into a short break. Lots more stock queries on the other side, so do stay tuned in.
What does Sufism mean to you?
Sufism is about love. Higher ideals are more fascinating than normal love song or anything. Talk about Khwaja Mere Khwaja, Kun Faya Kun. It's all about higher ideals. I'm bringing the same spirit to Delhi. So book your tickets from District app. See you Delhi.
"2025 has been a tremendous year for markets, money and milestones. And we have tracked it all right here.
As the year winds down, we bring you the big moments, the bold calls.
The stories that shaped your money and the trends that will shape the future.
Goodbye 2025. Get set for 2026. Only on NDTV Profit. NDTV Good Times is something that we're supremely excited about.
We just don't want to do live entertainment. We want to create experience for you.
And NDTV Good Times is one of the most marquee and iconic ideas that NDTV came up with.
मेरा जो रिश्ता है एनडीटीवी के साथ वो बहुत बहुत पुराना है।
और रहमान सोनू निगम के लिए जोरदार तालियां।
The NDTV Profit has come a long way since it was relaunched.
I hope you're watching NDTV Profit a lot.
Absolutely, you can come to my office and you can see.
Meeraj, Tamanna and the entire Profit team is also working super hard on building a world-class financial news product, and therefore it's good that you're watching, and I hope you can see some churn and improvement as well.
No, absolutely. I think the NDTV Profit has come a long way since it was relaunched, and so I'm pretty pleased that what we require for the investor is a correct advice, correct information, and in a right way.
Presenting the all-knowing, all-powerful Tech Guru.
Whoa. Guru? I'm no guru.
Okay.
I'm just a guy who loves his tech.
A show where the mysteries of megabytes and motherboards shall be unraveled.
Bro, nobody talks like that anymore. This is all about connected ecosystems, EVs and AI that you can use.
Hi, welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit right here on NDTV Profit. But before we talk about more stock queries which should be on your radar, it's time to take a deep dive into what's happening with the F&O market and the setup that we are looking at today. Sharad is standing by to just give us the snapshot of trade right now.
Overall, the setup remains strong, but there is some volatility coming in the day's trade. Largely, the metal pack, Maruti and L&T have been doing well in the Sensex top gainers, but no major support coming in from some consumption and IT-related names. Looking at the movement, how it has happened, it's comfortably above the 85,000 mark, but there was a kind of a correction in the last 15 to 20 odd minutes, and this is there in BankX as well. Sensex we already saw, BankX also the story is here, but the support is decent when it comes to the banking names. This includes ICICI Bank and even a Federal Bank, but SBI, that's where the selling is there, and that is actually dragging the BankX as well. But let's move on to the stocks where the action is there, and long build-up is coming in Cainstech, and this is for the second straight day. Overall, the metals have been doing well. Hindustan Zinc is up almost 3.5%. Looking at the short covering, Sammaan Capital and Tata Steel make it to the list, and the long unwinding names include Concor and IRFC, though the volumes are not that convincing. Short build-up, HUL is there, and K-Fintech also makes it to the list, but net the volumes today definitely are going towards the positive side, and the broader indices are also giving support. So this is the entire F&O snapshot coming in.
Thank you much for that, Sharad. But let's move across to our next query, and it's an interesting one. Anas from Lucknow is writing into us and asking what could be the positive outcome for Cainstech today? What's leading to the upward momentum? Is there any specific reasons? And should he wait for further correction before buying as well? So, Asa, let me come to you actually on this one, and Gaurav, I'll also give you a chance with this counter because it's been one in focus over the last couple of weeks. They have clarified Asta on a bunch of issues over the last couple of weeks. Stock did see a huge correction, 14% up move, then a correction again. It's up today again. What do you make of it, and what price targets should investors watch out for?
So what we have seen that Keynes technology has already corrected a lot from its highs. So first point, which I believe is one of the reasons that why we are seeing this uptrend momentum, because it has already corrected a lot. Now, what I believe that the structural growth story, which we believe for this counter, it's not changed. Yes, for sometimes we have seen some sort of hiccup, but the structural growth story is looking very, very strong, and it is a superior growth for multi-year, which we believe that this counter is well poised to show. So this is what we believe, and they have done certain successful delivery of certain chips. I believe it is first module chip which they have done, and the kind of government push is going on for this industry. So all these factors are playing positive for the company in the longer term. And since the prices has corrected a lot, so that is one of the reason that we are seeing this sort of a rebound. Idea here is if anyone wants to take risk, then they can start accumulating this stock from here. Otherwise, just wait for a few months, let the results come, and then make any sort of decision in this counter.
Gaurav, would you concur? Is this a price point that you would watch out for as buying, or you see some more further correction on this counter?
See, it is little difficult to comment at these levels because it is a corporate governance issue that has been noticed in this stock. And when such things come up, they do take some time. This has to fade out, and a lot of clarification is needed from the management. Although they have provided with some, but I think more is needed. Now, coming on to the chart standpoint, the stock has approached its long-term support marks, that is close to 37, 26 odd levels, and a bounce has been witnessed thereafter. Although I'm not advocating a buy at these levels, but I'll go with Astha, and I do believe that gradual accumulation can be done in small tranches here, because the long-term story for the EMS space is intact. If we even look at the September quarter numbers, the company has managed to post very good set of numbers, no doubt on that front. Margins are steadily maintained, profits are rising. So I think going forward in the next 1 to 2 quarters, if the stock continues on those growth paths and the financials remain steady, we would probably see a reasonable recovery coming in. But yes, the risk element still prevails.
Okay, so that's the view for Keynes Tech that we have. The stock is up today about 4% in trade today. But let's go to the next caller. It's Ravindra who is calling to us from Bengaluru. Hi Ravindra, how can we help you?
Yeah, good morning. Hi Anushri and Puneet. Puneet, both of you are putting very good show.
Thank you so much.
And the entire team, NDTV Profit. I am regular viewer of this show. So my query for today is I have a BLS International Services of 8,100 quantity and having average price of 350.
Right.
So shall I hold it or add more or exit at this juncture?
Ravindra, just want to understand, for how long can you hold it? Is it for a long-term basis that you are seeing?
I can hold more than 2-3 years.
2-3 years. Okay.
Yes,
First of all, Ravindra, thank you so much for the appreciation. Let me take your query with Astha. Astha, your view with regards to BLS International. Currently, if you're looking at the portfolio, there's not been much of a change. At this level, what would you advise him to do?
So advice is positive. Yes, one can hold as well as accumulate this counter, but not at the current level, maybe at the lower level. Now talking about the fundamentals, what we believe that this company is well poised to show very strong EBITDA margin going ahead, because we all know that this company is, tech-enabled outsourcing partners work mainly focused on visa passport services, really benefiting from the government contract which they are getting. It's a multi-year contract. So we believe by FY27, company is going to maintain very strong EBITDA margin of more than 20%. So long-term outlook is very positive for this counter. But in the shorter term, I believe that entering at the current level or adding more at the current level is a little bit early. So let it fall more and then make some more entry into this counter. Otherwise, remain invested in the quantity which you are having right now.
Well, that's Astha's view on BLS International. But viewers, it's time for our first round of the rapid fire in this edition of Ask Profit. Astha as well as Gaurav, you know the drill. Keep your answers on buy, sell or hold so that we can take as many queries as possible. The first one, it's coming in on Reflex Industries. Our viewer has bought it at 386, 3,000 shares. Gaurav, what should he do?
Hold.
Okay, the next one is from Pankaj. He wants to understand whether he can buy Tilak Nagar Industries at the current levels for a long-term perspective. Astha, your view?
Yes, Tilak Nagar is looking good to us, but maybe at a lower level, not at the current level, maybe at the lower level of around 430, 435.
A 3-month view on Interglobe Aviation. Gaurav, should Kiran buy into it right now?
Start accumulating.
Okay, Saket wants to know whether he should continue to accumulate transformers and rectifiers at the average price of 239. Gaurav, what would your view be? Should he continue to add?
Yes, a gradual accumulation is suggested. Don't put the entire lump sum now, gradually accumulate the same.
Blue Jet bought at 691. A view, Astha, what should Sabu do?
I think one should remain invested in this counter and let's wait for the coming results.
Okay, another question for you, Astha. Santhol wants to know whether he should buy Titagarh Rail Systems at the current levels for next 1 to 2 years.
Titagarh Rail System is looking good to us, but not at the current level, maybe at the lower level of 750 to 755. But yes, it's a good long-term story to bet upon.
Madarsan Sumi, is it a good time to enter, Gaurav?
Yes, we are positive on auto and auto ancillary space. Therefore, Motherson Sumi can be considered.
Okay, Dr. Mayur wants to know whether he should continue to hold Reliance Industries for the next 2 to 3 months. So what would your view be, Gaurav?
Absolutely. Go on holding the stock. I see it heading towards 1600, 1650 levels.
Tube investment on Chola for the next 2 years. Astha, should he start accumulating?
Yes, Chola investment especially is looking very strong to us. So yes, both the counters are like which one can accumulate or starting accumulating now.
Okay, Sagar is holding 8,200 shares of IMFA at an average price of 288. Wants to understand our valuations justified at current levels. IMFA is the stock that we are talking about, Indian Metal, Ferroalloys and Alloys. Astha, what would your view be?
I think right now the valuations are not as strong as we believe. So regarding the valuation, they are not justified. Just wait for some more fall.
Okay, so well, that brings us to the end of the first round of rapid fire. There's lots more stock queries on the other side. So do stay tuned in. Gaurav, thank you so much for taking out the time and giving us perspective on all these stocks. But it's time that we quickly slip into a short break. So do stay tuned in.
What does Sufism mean to you?
Sufism is about love. Higher ideals are more fascinating than normal love song or anything. Talk about Khwaja Mere Khwaja, Kun Faya Kun. It's all about higher ideals. I'm bringing the same spirit to Delhi. So book your tickets from District app. See you Delhi.
...2025 has been a tremendous year for markets, money and milestones. And we have tracked it all right here.
As the year winds down, we bring you the big moments, the bold calls.
The stories that shaped your money and the trends that will shape the future.
Goodbye 2025. Get set for 2026. Only on NDTV Profit.
NDTV Good Times is something that we're supremely excited about.
We just don't want to do live entertainment. We want to create experience for you.
And NDTV Good Times is one of the most marquee and iconic ideas that NDTV came up with.
मेरा जो रिश्ता है एनडीटीवी के साथ वो बहुत बहुत पुराना है।
और रहमान
सोनू निगम के लिए जोरदार तालियां।
The NDTV Profit has come a long way since it was relaunched.
I hope you're watching NDTV Profit a lot.
Absolutely, you can come to my office and you can see.
Neeraj, Tamanna and the entire Profit team is also working super hard on building a world-class financial news product. And therefore, it's good that you're watching, and I hope you can see some churn and improvement as well.
No, absolutely. I think the NDTV Profit has come a long way since it was relaunched. And so I'm pretty pleased that what we require for the investor is a correct advice, correct information, and in a right way.
Presenting the all-knowing, all-powerful Tech Guru.
Whoa. Guru? I'm no guru.
Okay.
I'm just a guy who loves his tech.
A show where the mysteries of megabytes and motherboards shall be unraveled.
Bro, nobody talks like that anymore. This is all about connected ecosystems, EVs and AI that you can use in your daily life. That's what we do on Tech 360. Real talk, real reviews, tech that you can actually use.
Tech has changed. So should your tech show.
Welcome back to Ask Profit right here on NDTV Profit. We still have Astha to solve all the stock related queries. Joining in with her is Rajesh Bhosle, equity and technical and derivative research analyst at Angel One. Rajesh, very good morning and thanks so much for joining in. Let me go across to the next query now on Tata Motors passenger vehicle, and Nachiappan from Chennai has been holding 110 shares of the counter. Now, I believe because he's bought it previously before the demerger, his price is 541. He's asking a 5-year time horizon. Astha, medium-term concerns do remain with JLR. What would you recommend as a long-term that Nachiappan should watch out for in Tata Motors?
So as we all know that the Q2 was a challenging quarter for Tata Motors passenger vehicle, and what we have seen that there was an operational shutdown. But I think going ahead, these will not be the issues. And in the long term, I believe that the long-term prospects are looking fine to us. Maybe in the short term, we may see some more, volatile moves. But here, if the investment horizon is more than a year or so, so definitely one should remain invested in this counter.
So stay invested is the view for Tata Motors passenger vehicles at this point of time. But with that, let's go to the next query. And it is Shankar Narayan writing to us. He is holding 55 shares of Titagarh Rail. And this is at a price of around 966 that we're looking. He wants to understand the valuation picture on this one. Whether he should continue to add at the current levels is the query that he wants to understand, wants to hold it for a long term. So Astha, what would your view be?
So what we are seeing that the rail stocks are seeing some sort of, start showing some sort of momentum. And here he has asked for the valuation. So regarding the valuation also, I would like to say valuations are looking a little steep because Titagarh Rail is now putting at a price to earning multiple of 52, which is much higher than the industry price to earning multiple, which is just quoting at around 37. So yes, valuation perspective is looking, slightly high in the Titagarh Rail. So here my stance here is that just wait for some more fall to come. Even valuations will also settle and then make any sort of entry into this counter. Meanwhile, wait for the budget as well because budget is always, provide a momentum to these rail stocks. So wait for some more decline to come in and then take any call because valuations are really steep at this point of the time.
Okay, so that's the view for Titagarh Rail that we are seeing. But before we go to that, just take focus in terms of the flashes on the screen as well in terms of what's happening with the India-US trade deal. Your India aims to lower the reciprocal duty in its first tranche of deal that we are seeing now. This is according to the sources that we are seeing this information coming. India will be committing to buy energy products, defense equipment from US is the kind of news flow that we are seeing. Along with that, they'll also be committing to buy aviation equipment from US under deal is also what we are seeing from the flashes. In fact, it hasn't offered any market access to US agri products under the bilateral trade agreement is what we are looking at. So that's on the flashes that we are seeing important development. So we should be looking out for what's happening on this front as well. But with that, let me go to the next query. And if we are looking at the next query, it is from Rafi, who's holding about 800 stocks of Vedanta. And this is at an average price of 270 that we are seeing. Rajesh, let me come to you on this one, whether he should continue to hold Vedanta at the current levels or accumulate. What is your view with the stock?
So overall, one of the strongest counter from the metal space where every dip is getting bought into current chart structure as well. If we see recently we had a price correction, but now in the last few sessions we are seeing a V-shaped recovery. So yes, definitely we expect the positive momentum to continue. Possibly the stock can head towards 565 to 570 levels. So the suggestion would be to continue to hold. If he wants to add that position, wait for some dip towards 525 to 520 levels.
Got the view, Rajesh. We have our next caller from Bengaluru, and Geeta is dialing in for a stock query. Geeta, very good morning and welcome to Ask Profit. What's your query?
Sir, good morning to the panel. My query is regarding Workla, sir. Workla India Limited. IPO got allotted. I have 20 shares at 730 rupees. I'm in loss with 2,119 rupees.
Got it.
So can I keep it for 2-3 years and shall I add more?
Got it. Asta, let me come to you. Okla as a listing since then has corrected. Would you recommend Geeta to hold on or buy? And could this be an opportunity to buy after the correction?
So I think one can hold on this counter, although at the time of the IPO, the issue price which was 730, so now it is quoting much below than that. Now, if I talk about the Okla's IPO, what we know that there is one issue which I believe that they are into ready to cook food as well, apart from the masalas, etc. So here my thinking is that in the ready to cook, the market is very limited because being in India, the consumption is not that strong as compared to abroad. There, ready to cook food is definitely consumed a lot, but in the India, it is not. We have Zomato, Eternal to order, Zomato, Swiggy to order anything. So I think the market there is limited. And another thing is that these kind of, products will not cater a premium valuation. So that can be one of the reasons that why we are not seeing the stock performing that strongly. So my idea here is just wait for some more numbers to come in and then make any sort of decision in this counter. Till that, just wait for this counter to move upside from here, which I believe it should.
So that's the view for Okla. It's a recent listing that we are looking at. But moving on to the next query, it's Manohar who's writing to us from Pondicherry. He's holding 15 shares of KC International at a price of 735. Wants to understand whether he should continue to add at the current levels for a long-term perspective. That is what he wants to see. Asta, what would your view be?
So KC International, from the long-term perspective, I would like to recommend it add, but not at the current levels, maybe at the lower level. Talking about this counter order pipeline, whether it is domestic, whether it is international, it seems to be very strong. So yes, they have got a very strong order pipeline. Their financial numbers were good in the quarter gone by because they have shown 19% growth in their revenue. My idea here is as order execution start picking up, definitely this counter will show very good numbers going ahead. So yes, this is a counter to keep in for the long term, but accumulating at the current level is not advisable because we are expecting some more fall to come in. So there one can make an entry maybe at around the level of 650.
Okay, so that's the view for KC International. With that, let's go to the next caller. It's Saket who's calling to us from Hyderabad. Hi Saket, how can we help you?
Yeah, actually, ma'am, I bought REC in the year 2024, June or July, somewhere at 600. And later on, I have averaged it till 442, I'm sorry. So currently, I have 611 shares with me. Okay. So can you just suggest me, the levels to buy it? Or, I'm seeing for the next 2-3 years. My view is on REC.
Okay,
so could you just suggest me that the best levels to buy or get out of this counter?
Okay, so first let me go to Asta on this one. Asta, he wants to continue to hold it for a long-term perspective. At the current levels, would you recommend a buy on this?
Not a buy, but a hold is absolutely recommended for this counter. Now, what I believe is not working in the favor is a kind of NIM decline which they have shown in the quarter gone by. There were reasons behind it because they have done certain sort of repayments. So that is why we have seen the NIMs have contracted. But what I'm liking is the management guidance. Despite that, management is still maintaining 11 to 12% of the loan growth guidance, which I'm liking about this counter. So idea here is just to hold this counter. Let's see whether it's a walk the talk by the management or not, and then make any sort of new entry also. Right now, just remain invested for what I can suggest for this counter, and the target can be set at around 380 to 400 odd levels at the initial junction.
Got the view, Asta. We have another query now on Cross Limited. Now it's a listing that happened at the start of this year, and Satyan from Palakkad has been holding it since the IPO price. Now he's asking what he should do right now. Rajesh, any view that you have on the counter? It's down 26% since listing, which was the issue price of 240. Any view on the charts of a revival to that price again?
So if we see since yesterday, there is some positive traction. In fact, if we see the charts, some kind of double bottom structure is also there. In fact, in August, we had seen a rally from current levels towards 230 levels. So stock is currently placed at a strong support. So as long it holds the levels of 150 to 160 levels, one can have a positive bias. But on a upside, when it comes back towards 195 to 200 levels, one need to recheck the charts.
That's the view for Cross Limited. Moving on to the next query, it's from Nagesh, who's writing to us from Chennai. He wants to understand the view for solar industries. He's bought 74 shares at an average price of 15,000, currently facing a loss of around 2 lakhs. Rajesh, let me come to you on this one. What is your view with regards to this counter?
So during the start of the year, definitely we had a strong rally in this counter from the levels of 8,400, then towards the 18,000. But from there, prices have gradually declined and have erased more than 50%. So as of now, short-term momentum remains negative, but the stock is approaching its breakout levels and golden retracement level. So as of now, hold on to it. Somewhere around 11,800 to 11,500, we see a strong support for this counter. But on a bounce back, when it comes back towards 14,500, we can see multiple tops. And once again, when it comes around those levels, we need to reassess the charts.
Got that view, Rajesh. And the flash on the bottom of the screen, Siam data coming in, it was expected to be a strong one. Scooter sales up 29%, three-wheelers are also up 30%, and two-wheeler sales up 21%. We'll keep getting with that perspective. Of course, Siam is the wholesale data that goes from the automakers to the dealers. So we get some perspective on the first of every month from that. But we have our next, caller coming in from Chennai, and Venkat is asking us a stock query right now. Venkat, very good morning and welcome to Ask Profit. What's your query?
Good. Thank you, sir. Good morning. I'm Venkat. I'm from Chennai. I need a review on India. Holding around 700 shares at 8,100. I'm making a loss. I need a review of, I can hold it for 6 months. Can I get some price action here?
Venkat, since when are you holding this counter? Have you been buying it as the stock has been falling as well?
Yeah, I have been averaging. It's been consistently going down, and not sure what is the future for the stock. It was doing well. I made good amount of money, but I also bought it at a peak.
Got it. Well, unfortunate that, Venkat, but let me get across to Astha and get a view. Astha, on Linde India, Venkat his buy price is roughly around 8,100 post averaging. What would you recommend? Because he is sitting on a steep loss of 14 lakh rupees. Could you give him a detailed strategy of what he should do with the number of shares also that are considerable at 700 that he's holding?
See, I think there are certain problems which the company is facing right now. It is regarding one of the CFO, the CFO of the company have resigned. There are certain regulatory challenges which this company is facing, because if I see their financial performance is not that bad. They have posted a very strong set of numbers, which I can say that definitely good from certain of its peer. And but I think the kind of management changes which are going on, some regulatory challenges which this company is facing, that might be the reason why we see this stock is falling. Another thing which I believe is that the steep valuations, because if I look after the valuations also, valuation seems to be on the higher side. My idea here is not to exit from this counter at this point of a time. Let the things settle and then make any sort of decision. Maybe we will get to hear something from the management side as well. So right now it will be early to exit from this counter because the losses will be huge. Just stay invested in this counter and wait for some more clarification to come in.
Thanks so much for that, Astha. I believe we still have Venkat on the line. Venkat, I hope that answers your question. And also
Yes,
just
sir.
one
Yes,
more,
sir.
how much of your portfolio is this one particular investment?
This is actually a small portion. It should be around 4% or 5% only. But still, I'm making a huge loss. So I will be able to, hold on for another 6 months or 8 months. But I need a clarity on the management, because We are not privy to management issues. We are privy to
we'll try getting them, Venkat, on NDTV Profit and get some more clarification on the fundamental issues that also Asta mentioned. But hopefully her advice gives some solace to you at this point of time. But viewers, time for a very short break. Lots more stock-related queries and the second round of the rapid fire on the other side.
What does Sufism mean to you?
Sufism is about love. Higher ideals are more fascinating than normal love song or anything. Talk about Khwaja Mere Khwaja, Kun Faya Kun. It's all about higher ideals. I'm bringing the same spirit to Delhi. So book your tickets from District app. See you Delhi.
...2025 has been a tremendous year for markets, money and milestones. And we have tracked it all right here.
As the year winds down, we bring you the big moments, the bold calls.
The stories that shaped your money and the trends that will shape the future.
Goodbye 2025. Get set for 2026. Only on NDTV Profit.
NDTV Good Times is something that we're supremely excited about.
We just don't want to do live entertainment. We want to create experience for you.
And NDTV Good Times is one of the most marquee and iconic ideas that NDTV came up with.
मेरा जो रिश्ता है एनडीटीवी के साथ वो बहुत बहुत पुराना है।
रहमान
सोनू निगम के लिए जोरदार तालियां।
The NDTV Profit has come a long way since it was relaunched.
I hope you're watching NDTV Profit a lot.
Absolutely, you can come to my office and you can see.
Neeraj, Tamanna and the entire Profit team is also working super hard on building a world-class financial news product. And therefore, it's good that you're watching and I hope you can see some churn and improvement as well.
No, absolutely. I think the NDTV Profit has come a long way since it was relaunched. And so I'm pretty pleased that what we require for the investor is the correct advice, correct information, and in a right way.
Presenting the all-knowing, all-powerful Tech Guru.
Whoa. Guru? I'm no guru.
Okay.
I'm just a guy who loves his tech.
A show where the mysteries of megabytes and motherboards shall be unraveled.
Bro, nobody talks like that anymore.
Hi, welcome back. You're watching Ask Profit right here on NDTV Profit. The next query that we are seeing is from Sanjay, who's writing to us from Pune. He's holding 150 shares of Bajaj Finance, and this is at a price of 680 that we are seeing. So currently, he's making a profit of around 50,000 on this. Wants to understand perspective on this one. Rajesh, let me come to you. What would you say? Should he continue to hold at this current level?
Yeah, continue to hold on to it. The stock is in a consolidation mode where 970 to 980 seems to be a strong support. On the higher side, 1050 is the immediate resistance. Once that is taken out, possibly the stock can head towards 1120 to 1150. So as of now, short term is in a consolidation mode, but it's in a base formation. So hold on to it.
The next query is on Travel Food Services. It's another recent listing, and V. Murli from Bengaluru is holding some shares at 1308. He's asking if it's a good counter because he has done a research that it has one of the highest ROE of 35% in the QSR space, Astha, any view that you have on this counter? Did you also have a report at the time of the IPO?
Yes, Travel Food Services. I remember this IPO came in July, and at the higher end of the price when it was 1100, the issue price was, and right now also it is quoting. And in fact, we have given a subscribe rating to this IPO because what we believe it is one of the leading player in the travel QSR space and the lounge space based on the revenue of FY25, and they have a joint ventures also. And I think they are holding around 26% in the Indian airport travel QSR market. So definitely the kind of business they were having, I mean, we were really liking that. And in fact, they have come on at the price to earning multiple of 38, which seems not to be so much stretched as compared to the peers. And that is why we are saying that the IPO is still, our stock is still quoting above its issue price. So being a leading player in the QSR space and they have got a strong expertise, we believe that this counter is well poised to show more upside from here. Remain invested in this counter is what I believe. And price target can be set at around 1350 to 1400 odd levels.
Okay, so those are the levels that you should be watching out for Travel Food Services. So do keep that one on your radar. But moving to the next query, it's Santosh who's writing to us from Chennai. He wants to understand the next 2-year outlook on Hind Copper. And this is on the back of the copper prices that he wants to get perspective on this one. Astha, let me come to you. What is your view with this?
Way we are seeing Hindustan Copper moving right now, we believe that definitely this counter and especially in the light of the increase in the copper prices, increase in the metal prices worldwide. So yes, we believe that this counter is well poised to move more upside from here. We are positive on this counter and we are expecting the production of the Hindustan Copper to increase more than, I suppose, 3 times to the around 12 million ton by FY31. So here my outlook is not for coming few years. It is still till FY31. We believe that this counter will show a very strong strength. Yes, one can make investments in this counter or remain invested in this counter.
Well, the next one is coming on Cochin Shipyard, and a viewer, Rajesh actually has bought it at 2,605. Stocks currently in a downtrend. He's bought 42 shares and asking what can be done. Rajesh Bhosle, what do you recommend on Cochin? Do you expect it to come back to levels above 2,000 rupees?
So as of now, the short-term momentum is definitely on the negative side and we are not seeing any positive traction. So as of now, I would suggest to avoid. But if you see the weekly charts, somewhere around 1550 to 1530, there is a strong support zone. In May, we had seen a strong traction from these levels towards the 2500 level. So as of now, short term, we may see some further correction, but from the levels of around 1500 to 1550, we can expect the bounce back to come in this counter.
Okay, so that's the view for Cochin Shipyard, but it's time now for the second round of rapid fire round. So experts, I'll request you to keep your answers to buy, sell or hold only. The first query is for you, Rajesh. Now, Meher wants to understand whether it's a good time to buy Bajaj Housing Finance at the current levels. Is it a buy at current levels?
So as of now, I would suggest to wait, but once it crosses back above the 100 levels, then we can expect some positive momentum.
Right. The next one's on Jupiter Wagons, bought at 356, 104 shares. What should you do with that, Astha?
I think one should remain invested in this counter. Okay. For the initial price target is 300. Right. Definitely a hold.
Okay, Raja is holding 3,000 shares of REC at an average of 274. Wants to understand a quick whether he should continue to hold. Astha, your view, quick view.
Book partial profit and remain invested in the partial quantity is what I can suggest right now.
Apollo Micro at 255. What should we do with that, Rajesh?
Hold on to it.
Next stock is Alpha's Financials. Now Sambhav Visa is holding 100 shares at an average price of 720. Should she continue to hold? Rajesh, your view?
Yes, hold on to it. It's on a strong support.
Vikram Solar bought at 322. Astha, should he continue to hold for the next 1 to 2 years?
For next 1 to 2 years, definitely a hold.
Okay, Aparna is holding 179 shares of Yetek Wabak at an average price of 1,500 for 2 years. Is it a hold that she should see? Astha, your view?
Yes, hold is recommended for the 2-year perspective.
ABFRL bought at 82, holding 3,000 shares. Rajesh, your view?
Yes, hold on to it, expecting 82 as a targets.
Okay, the next viewer wants to know about the short-term targets on Sammaan Capitals. Is it a good buy at the current levels? Rajesh, your view?
Yes, it's on a strong support for a move towards 165 to 170.
GRSC bought at 890 rupees, 40 shares. Asta, should he continue to hold?
Yes, continue to hold this counter, and our price target is 2700.
Mali is holding 35 shares of Apar Industries at an average of 9100. Whether she should continue to hold or sell is what she wants to know. Asta, your view?
Apar Industries is looking good to us. Continue to hold with a price target of 9400 to 9500.
Sarah Sanitaryware bought at 5564. Rajesh, should he continue to hold?
Exit on a bounce towards 5600 levels.
Is it the right time to start accumulating Shakti pumps is something Gopika wants to know for a long-term perspective. Astha, your view, whether is it a good buy?
Shakti pump from the long-term perspective is a buy. Start accumulating, but at the lower level of around 620.
Dixon bought at 15250. What should we do with that, Rajesh?
Hold on, we are expecting bounce back towards 15,000.
Okay, the next viewer wants to know about Indus Towers, bought at the price of 286 a few years ago, wants to understand whether he should accumulate at current levels. Astha, your view?
Yes, Indus Towers is looking good to us. Accumulate or make a new entry also with a price target of 420 to 430 in the immediate terms.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Astha and Rajesh, for joining and sharing perspective. That brings us to this round of rapid fire as well as this edition of Ask Profit that we are seeing. So, viewers, this is the end that we are looking at. So far, we've solved about 46 queries on the show, Puneet. So, that's what we are looking at, right?
Well, hopefully, it's been a good session for all you viewers because it's been very strong queries that you have sent us. A lot more action on the other side. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit and have a happy weekend.
What does Sufism mean to you?
Sufism is about love. Higher ideals are more fascinating than normal love song or anything. Talk about Khwaja Mere Khwaja, Kun Faya Kun. It's all about higher ideals. I'm bringing the same spirit to Delhi. So book your tickets from District app. See you Delhi.
...2025 has been a tremendous year for markets, money and milestones. And we have tracked it all right here.
As the year winds down, we bring you the big moments, the bold calls.
The stories that shaped your money and the trends that will shape the future.
Goodbye 2025. Get set for 2026. Only on NDTV Profit.
NDTV Good Times is something that we're supremely excited about.
We just don't want to do live entertainment. We want to create experience for you.
And NDTV Good Times is one of the most marquee and iconic ideas that NDTV came up with.
मेरा जो रिश्ता है एनडीटीवी के साथ वो बहुत बहुत पुराना है।
सोनू निगम के लिए जोरदार तालियां।
The NDTV Profit has come a long way since it was relaunched.
I hope you're watching NDTV Profit a lot.
Absolutely, you can come to my office and you can see.
Meeraj, Tamanna and the entire Profit team is also working super hard on building a world-class financial news product, and therefore it's good that you're watching, and I hope you can see some churn and improvement as well.
No, absolutely. I think the NDTV Profit has come a long way since it was relaunched, and so I'm pretty pleased that what we require for the investor is the correct advice, correct information, and in a right way.
Presenting the all-knowing, all-powerful Tech Guru.
Whoa. Guru? I'm no guru.
Okay.
I'm just a guy who loves his tech.
A show where the mysteries of megabytes and motherboards shall be unraveled.
Bro, nobody talks like that anymore. This is all about connected ecosystems, EVs and AI that you can use in your daily life. That's what we do on Tech 360. Real talk, real reviews, tech that you can actually use.
Tech has changed. So should your tech show.
The best app to use is the NDTV app.
दुनिया भर में जब भी भारतीय मीडिया की चर्चा होती है तो एनडीटीवी सबसे पहले जिक्र में आता है।
मैं आपका बात से सहमत हूं, उल्टे हम भी सब विदेश जाते हैं। The best app to use is the NDTV app.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term? Buy, sell or hold?
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and
Hello and welcome to KYC. I am Sharad Dubey and the company on KYC's radar today is Physics Wala. This company, of course, it came out as a YouTube channel and now a unicorn and a listed company now. But the question remains is,